Picture a high-stakes workplace crisis. The servers crash, the supply chain breaks, or critical quarterly targets slip out of reach. You have seconds to make a call. In that moment, some leaders snap. They fire off aggressive emails or make a reckless pivot. Others enter a freeze response, unable to make any decision at all. Underneath the surface, the brain is undergoing a biological failure. When extreme stress hits, the executive functions in the frontal lobe effectively shut down. The rational, planning part of your mind goes dark, leaving the limbic system, your brain's emotional center, to drive every decision. Success in these moments depends on your ability to regulate the 86 billion neurons firing inside your own nervous system. A catastrophic leadership call during a high-stakes moment stems from a predictable biological hijack, not a failure of character. This anatomical map shows the foundational structure of the human brain. At the base, the brainstem regulates vital signals, while the cerebellum handles physical timing, balance, and coordination. Moving upward, the cerebral cortex, divided into these 4 outer lobes, acts as the thinking layer, wrapping around the deep emotional core of the limbic system. But the brain doesn't just process things internally. Humans spend roughly 20% of their time engaged in direct social interaction. This graphic highlights mirror neurons. These specific cells are responsible for our ability to quickly internalize what others feel. Because our brains are inherently social, a leader projecting panic inadvertently transmits those feelings to their team. Emotional awareness is a physical reality. A leader's internal stress automatically infects the biology of everyone around them. This transfer of emotion means the physical environment acts as a direct trigger that manipulates brain function. A negative workspace deactivates our social systems. It forces the brain to narrow its attention and triggers a cascade of negative emotions. Conversely, a positive environment broadens attention, reactivates those social networks, and boosts overall productivity. Neuroscientists measure this state using a metric called brain coherence, the level of connectivity between different brain areas. High stress creates low coherence, resulting in fragmented communication across these regions. Protecting this coherence is the prerequisite to making any sound strategic decision. Without it, the brain is effectively disconnected. To maintain coherence and avoid the limbic hijack, effective leaders align 3 distinct centers of intelligence. The first center is the head brain. This region handles thinking, complex analysis, and language. When this center is properly balanced, it generates optimal creativity. The second center is the heart brain, which governs emotional processing and defines our priorities in relation to others. Activating this center allows a leader to exhibit genuine compassion toward their team. Finally, the gut brain manages our core identity, our drive for self-preservation, and the will to act, resulting in courage. Under pressure, ineffective leaders lose their neurological balance. They rely almost exclusively on just one of these centers, skewing their perspective. High-stakes decision-making requires this neurological balance, integrating the creativity of the head, the compassion of the heart, and the courage of the gut to act with clarity when the pressure is highest.